the start of this year in January, I was praying and I literally heard God say, I was holding my Bible in my hand, and I literally heard God say, put it in your mouth. And you know how sometimes you hear things, you look at yourself like, are you crazy? Or, you know, I was like, put it in your mouth, put it in your mouth.
I have gone through seasons of being connected to Christ, falling off, finding myself back up, falling off, and now I can confidently say that I'm in that place where I am at peace. I no longer pray because I want to just mark that I've prayed. Now I look forward to my prayer time. I look forward to that quiet time. Also marriage, because marriage too comes with so much baggage. A lot of people, even I won't blame them, because even I, when I was a single lady, I too envisioned this beautiful setting where
honeymoon every day. Finally.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
So even with my croaky voice, because right now I am under the weather, but we said, because we fixed a day to do this, we said we must show up.
Honestly,
no matter what.
Because like life happens, and we've had series of having to postpone for one reason or the other. We actually did film 2 episodes in the past, but
last month,
yes, but they ended up one thing or the other. Something happened, and we ended up starting all over again. So here we are, finally doing
me
this.
licking on my lozenges and here doing it. I'm so excited. I don't know how excited you are, but I'm so excited that we're finally doing this, because it's been a long time coming.
Really,
we've talked about it, we've tried to manifest it, so many things, right? Because we just feel like it's needed.
Yes.
In our time, for the time, the season, and the period we are, it's needed. So welcome, and we haven't even told you what the name of what we're doing here. Like, what are we doing? Yes, you can see there's a mic. Yes, you can hear our voice.
Already.
But what are we doing here?
So you guys, we officially welcome you to
Thriving Daily.
Honestly, this is the place you want to be, because everything here is all about the real thing that goes on, the things that we don't, people don't show you on the ground, because nobody really comes to talk about their struggles. Nobody talks about the things that they're really dealing with. But here we want to make it a safe space to, you know, be able to welcome your questions, be able to discuss these topics that people don't exactly, you know, find easy, right? So I just feel like this is a place that anyone who is looking to grow their faith in God, anyone who is looking to find a safe place where they can actually come and know that, you know, topics that relate to what they are really dealing with are being discussed. You know? I feel like this is just something that we needed to do. We have been on this topic for long. Like, we talked about this more than a year ago, and to see it finally happening.
Exactly. Everything we said. Thriving Daily. What is Thriving Daily? You know, for me, I would say Thriving Daily is how we're pushing past barriers, and, you know, things that we have to deal with to get to our goal, right? How we are thriving in life. So for me, I am a business owner, I am a mom, I am married, you know, and then I have goals and visions and dreams for myself. So while I'm raising my kids and building my business, I am trying to be a good wife to my husband. I'm trying to build my home and, you know, steward like the empire that God has given me to take care of, and, you know, and build, and all of that too. And oftentimes I get asked questions online, sometimes on LinkedIn, and people ask, like, how do you manage to, you know, still be put together? Like 2 days ago, I went to my daughter's daycare. And one of the teachers asked me, I want to ask, I don't know if you're working or anything, but anytime you come to pick your daughter up, you're always put together. It's like sometimes, even if you don't have makeup on, but you're dressed to the T, you don't look like you're in a rush or you're struggling. And sometimes your husband travels for work. How do you know, stay put together? And it's not like I have it easy or anybody has it easy. But so those are the things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk to moms. We're going to talk about motherhood, relationship, God, everything that we try to do daily. This is your place.
Honestly, like I can already wrap my head around how beautiful this community is going to be. Not just because, you know, we are doing this based on what we know we've been called to do. So, I mean, even starting something based on the instruction and obedience, even when, like she said, we both have similar family settings in terms of our kids. So imagine having like little kids running around the house making a mess everywhere. Even when you're not in the mood, some days you wake up, you're not in the mood to deal with this whole mess. You just want to go back to your, you know, soft girl era where it was just you chilling, wake up when you want, you keep this here, you come and meet it there. But right
everywhere's clean and
that's not the reality. We deal with friendships, you know, we learn from our mistakes. You even in your marriage, you make mistakes, you learn from them. But like we were even talking about it just before we started, how it's beautiful to see young people now be bold to talk about things that have to do with God, things that have to do with their faith. And I feel like the more people give into this calling that they have, they also give other people permission to do the same. Right? True. So it's like a cycle. I feel like this our generation, as amidst all that the devil is trying to do, and you know, and all of these things going on in the world, the truth is that God is also raising his own soldiers. But the thing is that a lot of people, because they are ashamed of how people are going to perceive them, they are afraid of how, you know, critics would come and all of these things. A lot of people shy away from that responsibility. But it's not easy amidst all that we're going through, being able to answer this call. And we're just so excited because we know that this place is going to just be life-changing. It's not about us, it's about God and all the people that God is going to bless through this platform. So Sophie, just before, you know, we keep going, there are people who are listening to you for the first time, who haven't met you, who are just trying to get to know you. They want to have an idea of who this lady is, what does she do, where is she from. Can you just, you know, introduce yourself in the best way possible?
Hi, yes, I want to say, like, you know, today, this is like an intro episode, right?
Yeah.
So before we dive into the nitty-gritty, my name is Sophie Mokah, not the coffee. Mokah, M-O-K-A-H, not M-O-C-H-A, right? Sophie Mokah, and I am a Nigerian Canadian. Living in Canada right now. I am a business owner. I own a couple of businesses. You know, I own a media brand and marketing company. I also own Dream Nails, which is a nail company. I also own like a retail renting type of company. So 3 businesses, right? And then I have 3 kids too. And then I am married. You know, and then I'm also a lover of God. Like, you know, that is a place where I am at peace. That is a place where I am aligned with my vision, my dreams and goals. And I cannot wait to share some of the amazing things transformation that has happened, growing on my journey to understanding who I am as a person, my relationship with God, and also understanding your own journey. So officially, let me welcome you to Thriving Daily. And even before Guy goes to introduce herself, we were thinking of a name. We were saying, like, what would we call, like, our people, right? Our day ones that connect with this podcast, that sort of feel connected to everything that we have, you know, and even the things that we're going through.
To share.
We're thinking of a name, so we'll share it, like, after, and you guys will let us know what you think about it. But yeah, so that's a little tad bit about me. Let Guy introduce herself, and then you get to know me more as we go on.
Yes.
Right?
Hi. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Ginika Temple. I'm a beauty educator and I'm also a mom of 3. I love everything that has to do with soft life. Even though this our era now is not soft life in the way we want because of all that is going on. But we still, you know, want that soft life, but also in alignment with God's calling, answering God's call, showing up the way God has created us to show up. I love to represent myself in a way that I look back and I'm proud of how far I've come. I'm proud of the decisions I made. You know, one of the things that, you know, is my driving force is that I just don't want to look back and regret anything. I mean, that era of obedience, which is the reason why when we started talking about this platform, we're just like, you know, this, should we do this? Even when we had challenges, Sophie had some challenges with work, I had challenges with home and all of that, we still found a way to bring ourselves back up and be like, see, we're slowing down, let's get on with it. And that pretty much represents the kind of things I want. I want to be in an environment that pushes me to, you know, show up the way I'm supposed to show up. And I feel like I'm in that era where I'm being so selective of the energy that I let in, because it's so, yes, honestly, it's so important that I am very selective, because if you just allow any kind of energy that doesn't align with who you are and who God has called you to be, instead of moving forward towards your goal or towards your dreams, you realize that with time everything is just it just pushes you back, and you wouldn't even know how you got there in the first place. So as time goes, you guys are going to hear more about us, hear more about our journey. I'm also into educating women, right? I feel like I have this thing in me that always wants to see the woman that I like, God has connected with me to. I want to see everybody flourish. I'm in that era where, you know, it just has to be the growth. It just has to be all about what makes me at peace. You know, the things that used to matter to me when I was a lot younger no longer matters anymore. So I just like to use every opportunity to educate as many people as I can, help people discover themselves through their identity, you know who they are in Christ, because that is where you begin to actually find this life meaningful. So Sophie, in a nutshell, what are you going to leave with these people who are listening on this first day? What should they expect? What should they look forward to? What kind of content are they going to be looking forward to on this platform?
So I don't want to list a couple of things, but you coming on to listen, I am excited to talk about faith, especially as a mom and then raising our kids. I am excited to talk about, thriving in a new space as an immigrant. I am excited to talk about starting a business, right? I'm excited to talk about social media and the antics and everything that is going on around there, because also I am moving into an education space when it comes to, so the services I've been providing for businesses, so I'm looking to start educating in that space. So I'm excited to talk about that. So if you're ready to 10x your growth, which is knowing who you are, self-transformation, letting go of all the barriers, loss of self-confidence, self-doubt, imposter syndrome in quotes, which I don't believe in, but we'll dive into that another day. Just willing to thrive, whether letting go of all that hustle and the hassle. If you're willing to let go and shed off all those baggage that you've been carrying around you, this is your space. We are going to touch on every topic, because Ginika said it, that being called is different. I talked about at the start of this year in January, I was praying and I literally heard God say, I was holding my Bible in my hand, and I literally heard God say, put it in your mouth. And you know how sometimes you hear things, you look at yourself like, are you crazy? Or, and I was like, put it in your mouth, put it in your mouth. But I'm sure it was not literally, because I can't read my Bible. It was more of maybe you're getting into a season where you're going to start to speak all the things you've learned, the transformation, because you don't know who is tied to the things the blessing that you're carrying, that once unleashed from out of your mouth, right, will impact people, will transform people's lives, will change their situation, will teach them going for their next step on the journey they are in. And some of the things I've experienced is the hardship of entrepreneurship, also marriage. This year will be 11 years married, right? 3 kids, running all of that, right? So I'm excited to dive into those topics. I have a lot to say. So if you're ready to have the real authentic conversations around all of this, get your new notebook.
You need a new notebook. We don't want the old one, because the old one, we need brand new for this new level, this new season.
You're gonna digest a lot, and you need to keep track of it. So get a new notebook, write down Thriving Daily in front, and then we'll also tell you who you're gonna be on this journey with us.
Like I said earlier on, everything is rooted on Christ. You know, just knowing that this is a calling, it comes easy. Because I if there's anything I've noticed, even when we filmed the other sessions, we didn't struggle to. So it's almost like the Holy Spirit has already put in the words. All we do is just come, turn on camera, and we're flowing. Sometimes we want to keep going, but remember that it's meant to end, you know? So I feel like this comes easy. Finally, in that era where we are obeying the calling, this is a place where, you know, we're going to discuss everything, just like Sophie mentioned, faith. I have gone through seasons of being connected to Christ, falling off, finding myself back up, falling off, and now I can confidently say that I'm in that place where I am at peace. I no longer pray because I want to just mark that I've prayed. Now I look forward to my prayer time. I look forward to that quiet time. You know, I started building a routine where at a specific time window in the morning, I feel like God wakes me up, because it's not me waking myself, and normally I'll sleep past that time. And then I find myself just going to the quiet corner and just praying. And whenever I pray, before I wouldn't be able to spend 5 minutes in prayers. Now I realize that, do you understand? Like, now I realize that I could go for 5 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour. Like sometimes, and I'm like, what have I been like? You won't even realize that time has gone. But those are the things that comes with growing in your relationship with God. And I'm not there yet. We're not even like there. But knowing that we've like being able to break some barriers and also being able to share that with you people, so that those who are struggling can also be able to know the things that helped us. And also, you know, and also marriage, because marriage too comes with so much baggage. A lot of people, even I won't blame them, because even I, when I was a single lady, I too envisioned this beautiful setting where
honeymoon every day.
Just marry and it's breakfast in bed. Do you understand?
24/7.
Just marry and it's breakfast in bed 24/7. I mean, those things do happen, but the point is that the reality is that there's so much more that overtakes all of those things that we, you know, have in our fairy tale, you know, dreams and all of that. The truth is that marriage comes with its own. The devil will try your marriage. Even when you're not married, just know that those topics are not only for people who are married. You know, I've been married for 8 years, Sophie for 11 years. So we've to an extent, we've built some level of experience. It's not like we just got in a few months ago and we're going to start telling you. The truth is that, speaking for myself, I've been through the ups and I've been through the lows. The days where I literally cried myself to sleep. The times where I wouldn't even be able to speak to anybody, because it's almost like you are feeling like, you know, these are the topics you want to come and be discussing.
You don't
for how long?
You
understand what I mean? But I feel like being able to share some of the things that helped me through the lowest moments and all of that will also help people know that they are not alone in their own journey. You know, also we talk about business, you know, social media growth, because to an extent, like, it has been up and down for a lot of people, but being able to share to the things that helped me, because I wouldn't lie to you, I made a certain shift as around maybe sometime last year, and I will tell you that the growth from then has been like tremendous, and I give God the glory. So all those tips are things we are going to share to help you, and we are so looking forward to your input, because it's not about us. We want to take questions from you people. We're going to at some point invite people who are going to, you know, come here with their own experience, people who we know are seasoned in their own area of expertise, and we're going to be able to, you know, bring them here so that they can also share their own experiences with you. Trust me, by God's grace, it's going to be so packed. You're not going to regret joining us on this journey.
Let's dance.
Honestly, let's dance. That's why when you say, come and join us on this journey, it just flash my head. You know how some things just stick in my head.
Let's dance.
I refuse to leave.
Let's dance.
Honestly,
come and join us on this journey.
Excited.
It's not really about us, but it's sharing our story so that you can share your story too and live authentically. Because my mantra has always been living with intention. I feel like 2019 was when I, you know, adopted that as my mantra. So everything that I'm doing, if I'm not doing it with intention, if I'm not doing it, adding God to it, I don't want it. I don't want it, right? So I decided to, even though along the way sometimes you make mistakes or you try to accept, even in my business, accepting clients, I take it to God. I do it with intention. When I have the first like calls with the clients, those first onboarding calls, and I speak to them even before they pay, before they sign your contract, and we're recording.
Yeah.
There are some things they say and what comes out of them, I know, ooh, this is my client. We're going to work together. We'll produce results. And there's some things some say, I'm like, nah, discernment. It's not going to work, right?
Yeah.
So, calm down. Let's dance.
You guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and we are already excited to tune into our second episode. Yes, we did this. Thank God we
forgot to say the name that we were thinking about.
Yes.
So we were thinking we were like, it just came, like, it's not like we sat down, we were strategizing, oh, what do we call our community? No, it just came to us and we're like, sounds like a good name. And then Guy checked it up on dictionary. She's like, this makes sense. So everybody in the community, including me, including Ginika, we are Thrivers. So Thrivers. We are Thrivers. And Guy, can you remember what the explanation of Thrivers is?
I think it has something to do with people who are able to get through every single situation, overcome. Yes, that's the word, overcome situations. So basically, just everything wraps up around every single thing we've said today, because we are overcoming the struggles of life. Some people are trying their best to raise their children right. Some people are trying to, build a good relationship with God. So we're basically all thriving through different situations every single day. So everything was just wrapped around that meaning, and we hope you guys accept the name the way we love it. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you for joining us. Bye, Thrivers.
See you guys in the next
episode. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and also to our YouTube channel too. We're going to bring you lots of fun content. Bye.
And please do us a favor and share this clip with anyone you know needs content relating to the things we've talked about today. It will mean so much to us. And if you're watching us for the first time, we don't care if it's just one comment. Please drop in the comment that you are here from our day one.
Day one Thrivers.
It means everything to know the people
Number
who
one Thrivers reporting for duty.
Yes, please. We need it. Drop in the comment. Day one. It will mean everything to us. Thank you guys so much, and we're going to see you in the next episode.
Bye.